This is Retro, and he's my brand new puppy. Well, I just got him, and he's kind of a couch potato, but I have big plans for him because I want to turn him into a duck dog. And this is 10 weeks of what training looks like for me turning my first dog into a duck dog. He knows sit, paw, and down, of course. He's pretty good at all these. He's kind of like slow to get into them, but I think it's just because he's, tiny. He also knows wait, which I'm actually like the most impressed with, so I could usually like walk away. It's hard for him to stay there too long, but I can hold it just long enough every time. It's been getting longer and longer every time I tell him to wait, and I hold treats out of the ground for him to kind of like be enticed by, and he doesn't really go for it until I call his name, which is really good. And he does know find it, where I put treats like in tall grass or like in corners around the house, and I tell him to find it, and he sniffs it out. And my favorite is heel. So this is just for like walking. I just want him to be able to be a good walker so that he's not pulling on a leash ever, and just when he's in the woods and things like that with me hiking, I just don't want to be losing him, and I want him to, know his spot. If I ever need him to recall into a heel, he can just get right there. I'm going to run through the tricks one more time just because it's pretty cool. The way that I just taught, down is just bringing the treats down to his face, and that kind of worked. The way that I taught wait was just like kind of putting the food in front of his face, like just right in front of him, and just not letting him have it until he stayed there until I let him, basically by his calling his name. And then I just kept walking away further and further and like enticing him with the food like at his level. And then the find it is pretty self-explanatory. You hide something and he's going to obviously want to sniff it out because he's going to want to find treats, and I just have been doing that a lot lately. And I've been doing it with like bird feathers too, and it seems to be working. So hopefully it's going to work out.